Welcome back to Run Man Dan. A warm welcome to the channel. You join me for week 3 of training for a coastal marathon, and we're really into it now. Fantastic week last week, but you join me today on a 2-hour long run, and I'm going up to my local woods today. Bit of a drop down week this week. We'll explain more about that in a bit, but for now I'm getting into the woods for a nice long run. Okay, let's get stuck into last week's training then. So we started the week on Tuesday, where I filmed the episode at Queen Elizabeth Country Park, and it was a 2.5 hour long run, and I got 23.7 kilometers out of that. Then on Wednesday we had a nice gentle 5k recovery run again, just to turn the legs over. Thursday I did a long interval session, so it was a 10-minute warm-up, 20 minutes at tempo pace, 5-minute recovery in between, another 20 minutes at tempo pace, and then a 10-minute cool down. I got 12.2 kilometers out of that. Then on Friday I had a strength and conditioning session, which is great because I missed the week before. Saturday was a rest day, and then Sunday was again a 1-hour base run. Took it nice and easy, and again I got 9.5 kilometers out of that. Total distance for the week was 50.4 kilometers and total climbing of 777 meters. So again, we've improved on distance and climbing, and 50.4 kilometers is actually the longest I've gone for a week since I've been back. So that's a really good sign that things are okay and not hurting. But this week is a bit of a drop down week, so usually that will come a bit later in the training, but because I had a bit of a base training before, I was building up the miles to walk before I started this 16-week program, just to let my body recover a bit. We're having a drop down week, which is why I'm only doing 2 hours today for the long run, but we'll explain more about that next time. But yes, a very, very good solid training week. So 2 good solid weeks done, 14 to go, but it's a great start. Okay, we're at halfway, so 1 hour in, 9.5 kilometers. So we're on the way back now, and on the way back we're going to talk about the topic for today's video, which is footwear. So we'll get through this bit of section here, and then we'll chat footwear for all your runs and races. Oh, here we go. So why are shoes important? Why is footwear important? Well, if you want to take these sorts of things seriously, you can't mess around with your footwear, and you must have specialist shoes. Now personally, I use a 3-shoe rotation. The shoes I'm wearing right now are trail / road shoes. They're a good mix. So they've got quite a bit of grip on them, and I can transfer from road to light trail without any difficulty. I will also have a pair of road specific shoes. So if I know I'm only going to be on road, they've got a flatter grip and they've got a carbon placing as well for a bit of cushioning, which helps with recovery too. And the third pair I use, which during the summer I don't often use, is a mud trail shoe. So specifically designed to work in really muddy conditions with big thick lugs, and they really are saviour for big hilly runs with mud and grass, because you've got tons and tons of grip. So I will use those 3 shoes on a rotation depending on what I'm doing and where I'm going. But like I say, most of the time I'm in these trail road mix shoes. But how long should they last? Well, I would do between 400 and 500 miles in a pair before I change them. But it depends on how your cadence goes and where your feet land and the grip that rubs away. Certainly wouldn't do more than 500 miles in one pair, because you could start accumulating injuries like that and niggles. Now if you run a lot, that can be quite costly. Now if you don't want to take it too seriously and you just want to try things out, then I would suggest the road / trail shoes, because it keeps more options open on where you can go. If you start running trail with road specific shoes, you're going to slip up more and again potential injury. The ones I'm wearing are Innovates. They are the Park Claws. Really comfy shoe. They got me through the South Downs Way 50 and the half marathon des Sables in Fuerteventura. No blisters, and as I said, really comfy. And you can see here the lugs. They're not massive, but they're enough to help you on the light trail and not too much of a burden on the road. I really love these shoes. I'll put a link for them in the description if you are interested in them too. So do not underestimate the power of a good pair of running shoes. Like I said, they've got to be specialist. You can't just go into Sports Direct and get some plain old running shoes. They're not going to cut it. Obviously, if you've got any questions about shoes, then let me know in the comments below and I'll do my best to help you out. I mean, every single week we're going to talk about something different. So, and I will cover everything. So if you've got any questions about certain things, wait till that video, then ask them and I'll help you out. Right, let's get this 2-hour run finished. All we got to do is go back through the woods to home and we're done. Okay, that is it. We are done. 2 hours, long run completed, and it was pretty much exactly 19 kilometers. So that is a very respectable distance. And I'm actually feeling all right. The legs are not too bad, which is a great sign that I'm recovering well. So that's it for week 3. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, please do drop a like on the video, subscribe as well, because these are coming out every week on a Wednesday, all the way up to the Beachy Head Marathon, where we will film that and have a good day out. That's the plan anyway. All ready for probably the biggest running year of my life next year. I'll see you next week for week number 4. Thanks so much. See you again. Bye bye.